Hey, good morning, everyone. What a fantastic day. It is State Baseball Championship Monday across the state of Minnesota. On behalf of the Minnesota State High School League, Grand Stadium TV, and Prep 45, thank you for joining us for the 2017 Class A Championship Baseball game. This game today is going to be a great one, featuring the Panthers of Parker's Prairie High School facing off against the Lions of Legacy Christian Academy. My name's Greg Link, and I'll be your host for this game today. With me here in the booth are a couple of guys who know a thing or two about this game and about the teams on the field. Joining me for the second year in a row here is Rod Helling. Rod has got a son playing on the Panthers squad and was here as part of this championship game last year. Rod, welcome.
Greg, thanks. Super to be back this year, and what a great day for baseball.
Your boys had a tough loss in extras in the championship game last year and a chance to redeem themselves today. So we're going to go to the starting lineups here on the field, and we'll be back with you in a moment.
Number 5, Brady Hoppy. 17, Matt Jurek. 13, Noah Kep. 19, Tanner Shaw. And number 3 is Cody Springer. Correction, number 8. Number 8, Cody Springer. Now your starting lineup for Parker's Prairie. Leading off, number 3, playing center field, Devin Glebe. Batting second, number 9, and pitching, Levi Arnold. Batting third, number 14, and catching, Andrew Johnson. Batting fourth, number 20, playing first base, Travis Yankee. Batting fifth, number 16, at shortstop, Casey Peterson. Batting seventh, number 4, playing third base, Matt Furley. Batting seventh, number 12, the designated hitter, Zach Gappa. Batting eighth, number 1, and playing right field, Austin Kep. He is being DH'd by Gappa. Batting eighth, number 11, and playing second base, Hunter McDaniel. Batting ninth, number 2, in left field, Harry Samuelson. Student manager is Chad Knapp. Assistant coach Paul Walsh, assistant coach Michael Arvidsson, and head coach Derek Denny. Parker's Prairie High School, their second state tournament appearance. And now the non-starters for Legacy Christian Academy. Number 2, Luke Chaika. Number 5, J.J. Britton. Number 6, Carter Franzi. Number 8, Tanner Freeberg. 11, Connor Epp. 12 is Leo Corbin. 16, Justin DeMars. 18, Josh DeMars. And 22, Nick Leibold. And now the starting lineup for Legacy Christian. Leading off, number 7, the pitcher, Josh Peterson. Batting second, number 4, playing shortstop, Nils Anderson. Batting third, number 15, and catching, Ethan Maki. Batting fourth, number 20, playing first base, Logan Piero. Batting fifth, number 14, in center field, Lucas Nelson. Batting sixth, number 1, at second base, Jarvie Hill. Batting seventh, number 9, in left field, Caleb Darling. Batting eighth, number 10, at first base, Josh Neeson. And batting ninth, number 17, in right field, Tyler Martinson. Student managers Cole Birch, assistant coach Neil Vance, assistant coach Ike Larson, and head coach is Adam Hill. The umpires for this game behind the plate, Chris Mills. At first base, Dustin Overcash, and at third base, Scott Bauer. And now, ladies and gentlemen, if you would please rise, and gentlemen, remove your caps. Our national anthem this morning will be sung by Taylor Bethune. Taylor will be a junior at Lakefield North High School, where she's a member of the Now and Then Choir. Taylor Bethune.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Thank you, Taylor Bethune.
All right, we are glad to have you with us here at Target Field on a spectacular summer morning for Class A State Baseball Championship. It's the first of 4 games today. Just before the starting lineups, I was introducing you to my partners here in the broadcast booth. We said hello to Rod Helling, part of the Parker's Prairie Panthers team. On my other side here, Chris Davis is joining us, and Chris teaches at Legacy Christian Academy. Chris, good to have you here today.
Great to be here as well.
How do your boys come into this championship? What's their mindset at this point in time?
Coming in with a very strong mindset, ready to get out there and play some ball this morning. We've had some really big victories throughout the season, not just in the section and state tournament finals, but really challenged themselves this year by playing up to some higher level 3A and 4A schools. And I think that has really led to the success on the field, and it's great to have these guys in the classroom as well.
And that success has resulted in a 21-4 record. Parker's Prairie 25-2 at this point in time. Very good team, scoring lots of runs, holding lots of runs off the board, opponents' runs off the board. And this sport across the state of Minnesota has, I believe, 431 baseball programs across the high schools in the state of Minnesota. Only 8 are left playing, and they are playing today on the last game of the season, and they are playing for championships. This is the first of those 4 games, the Class A championship, and we'll be bringing you here on Grand Stadium TV and Prep 45, Class AA, AAA, and Quadruple A, 4A later today. So again, we're so happy to have you with us here on Prep 45's global coverage of the 2017 Minnesota State High School League. We're about to get underway here. Parker's Prairie will bat first. Legacy Lions in the field. Warm-up's just about completed here. So Rod, you have a son on the team. He was a freshman last year. What was his kind of lasting image of the tournament and the at a tough loss in extras last year? What was his takeaway?
Well, he was just a freshman, so he wasn't on the varsity last year, but definitely just seeing them get here last year was a terrific experience and motivating. These kids are really determined. We're determined to come back, and it's really special that they were able to accomplish that. And my son is, again, experiencing this, but he's not a starter and doesn't play a lot, but still part of the team. And you're trying to build a program that lasts, and they've repeated and come back 2 years in a row, so that's pretty cool.
No small feat in any class, large or small. All right, Panther center fielder Devin Glebe is going to lead off. Josh Peterson on the mound for Legacy. Man in blue said, let's play ball. Glebe misses low, ball one. Chris, how's Peterson thrown this season?
Josh has done a great job. Definitely our #1 ace pitcher on the mound. He's had several key wins going against some pretty significant conference opponents. Coming in, it looks like, with just a 0.91 ERA in the regular season. Just really throwing hard and getting things done on the pitching mound for Legacy.
65 innings pitch, an ERA of less than 1. Yep. And that's going to be true on both sides here. So fantastic pitching. That's what gets you in the hunt. You need some strong defense behind you, and you need hot bats to get this far, and that's true of both of these teams.
Devin, our leadoff hitter, definitely has some good speed, and he's in a 2-strike hole here, but look to see if he can battle through this and get on base.
1 ball and 2 strikes here from Peterson. Foul back to the screen, still alive. So one of the special things about this day is not just the kids and the schools and the communities and the teams, but being able to play this here at Target Field. $10 gets you a first row seat, a front row seat. Those are the cushy seats down close that we all see on TV. Glebe swings and misses, 1 out for the Panthers. Brings up pitcher Levi Arnold. Called strike 1.
It doesn't look like the starting pitcher has, he's shaking off his nerves if he has them, because he's firing strikes and looking really sharp.
You'd think after 65 innings there would be no nerves. 65 innings this year, and we can't count how many innings since 4th grade T-ball, right?
This is his first inning on Target Field, though.
Yeah,
probably.
that's true. With things like cameras and your community making the trip to Target Field. 1 ball, 2 strike, the count here to Arnold.
Speaking of the community too, definitely great turnout today from both schools. Looking to my left with Parker's Prairie and to my right with Legacy. Just great turnout.
It's hard to fill this stadium with fans, but we certainly filled it with excitement, I think, today.
That's always the case here. So 2-2 count, 1 out to Levi Arnold. Ooh, caught the outside edge, called strike 3. Just from our vantage point, and that called strike 3. Looks like a wide strike zone today.
I'm a little biased, so I won't comment on that.
Chris was thinking it was a brilliant call.
As long as you're calling it both ways, we'll go with it.
That's right. That's right.
So here's Panthers catcher Andrew Anderson with 2 outs.
Ooh.
Does look like a very wide strike zone at this point in time. That one ball looked inside off the plate. Delayed strike call. 0-1 to Johnson. Softly hit to the left side. Grabbed by Logan Piero. Throws across to Neeson. 1-2-3 for the Panthers in the first.
Well, in every game, hitters and pitchers have to adjust to the strike zone. So
here's a replay to that ground ball. Oh, we just caught the end of it there for you. So here we go to the bottom of the first. Legacy Christian Academy Lions will take their first swings here on target field. You know, we look at the success of these boys and the amount of time they've played in their lives, and here they are in the championship game. Both teams and many of these players have been in the state tournament before. It's hard to keep in mind they're teenagers. And they're, in some cases, 15 and 16 years old, many of them 16 and 17, some of them with the future in baseball or other sports, certainly going to be active. But these are teenagers playing on this day, on this field, in this event, and it's got to be exciting and nerve-wracking for them.
Very much exciting, very much nerve-wracking, but also showing a lot of poise and maturity throughout the section finals to get to the state tournament in the first place. And then, as you all know, it's not easy to win 2 games to get to today, but some clutch hitting on both sides, and we're looking forward to what they have in store for us today.
And this state tournament is a different format that they're accustomed to. All of the section tournaments, other tournaments they play in, those are double elimination tournaments. This is single elimination. You do not get a second chance if you have an off day. And so added congratulations to both of these teams, these schools, these kids, for the success they've had to get here. No easy road, particularly with single elimination.
It's been great to connect with these guys too over the past 3 years, headed into my 4th year of teaching at Legacy, to see them not only be successful on in this case the baseball field, but playing several other sports by many of our players, and then getting to see them in the classroom on a day-to-day basis for nearly all of them. Great opportunity there as well.
That's a great reminder, Chris. These are student athletes. Students first, athletes second, and we're talking about their athletic achievements here. So here's Lions pitcher Josh Peterson leading off.
Josh Peterson doing a great job both on the mound and from the hitting perspective this season.
There's a drive to left. Right into the hands of Harry Samuelson, 1 out. So good contact, saw a pitch he liked, looked like it might have been up in the zone there. Gets a nice swing on it, strokes it to left, falls right into the mid of Harry Samuelson. So here's Nils Anderson, Lions shortstop.
Levi Arnold's had just a terrific year as a pitcher. He's 11-0, and again a sub 1 ERA of .59.
Incredible.
It's just outstanding. And you think, well, high school maybe that's possible, but remember their number 1 pitchers are facing probably the best teams, and there's a lot of pressure put on them to be the guy, and he's really come through.
And they're playing every 2 or 3 days, and they're playing for the first time under the rules of the Minnesota State High School League with a pitch count in the regular season. Both of these teams that get to this level have a lot of depth in pitching, so often pitch count isn't a big issue. A couple of fouled off to the left from Anderson.
During the season, I noticed that pitchers had to learn to be a little more efficient, because otherwise they could run themselves right out of the game with the pitch counts.
Different rule from seniors here. Got Anderson swinging on an off-speed pitch. 2 down.
Levi is definitely known for a strong fastball, but today I think he's going to be smart and try to mix things up, because the other team's going to have some good hitters.
Ooh, you can see the speed, the off-speed pitch just fooled him there. Great pitch. So here's Ethan Mackey for the Lions, catcher. High fly ball, right side, drifting toward the seats. Oh, just 1 row out of reach of Travis Yankee. And Travis is a big boy. For that to be out of his reach, that ball was out of play.
He gave it every effort, so he almost had a shot at it.
I think he was mid-thigh on that wall reaching for that ball and couldn't quite get there.
Just out of reach.
So 0-1 to Mackey here. So your Legacy Christian Lions are the home team today. They're wearing orange shirts, orange hats. Hard to miss them in a snowstorm.
Hard to miss them. And the stirrups from many of the players.
High socks, love the high socks.
Absolutely.
There's a hot ball to short, just out of the reach of Casey Peterson. We got our first base runner and our first hit of the game. Nice solid swing, nice solid stroke on the ball. That ball was moving quickly. Peterson had a play, but that ball was by him before he could take a step and a half, I think. So 2 out, 1 on. Third baseman Logan Piero steps up for Legacy. is one of those outsides called strikes. 0-1. So we've got a few clouds in the sky, a game time temperature in the low 60s. Gorgeous afternoon. There's another ball to Peterson. He bobbles the play, gets a second chance, throws it over to Hunter McDaniel for out number 3. So no runs on 1 hit, no errors, 1 left on. After 1, we are still tied at 0. So 1 inning in the books. You got to think that the Nerves have maybe taken a step down from they're now playing the game. It doesn't matter where they're playing. It doesn't matter the festivities, the state league, any of that kind of stuff. So it is a great day, and we're so happy that you're here with us today for Championship Monday across the state of Minnesota for high school baseball. We're just underway in our first game here, which is the Class A Championship. Parker's Prairie Panthers, Legacy Christian Academy Lions. All right, here we go, second inning. Parker Prairie first baseman, number 20, Travis Yonke, will lead off. Long foul ball down the right-hand side. Yonke's got a 370 batting average this season in the cleanup spot. Certainly a prominent part of this team last year. Looks like he's been swinging a good bat this year, Rod.
Absolutely. You mentioned Travis is a big kid, strong kid. Nice guy to have right in the heart of your order. And again, he comes back with the experience of being here last year.
So he's fouled 2 off, 0-2 to Yonke. Chris, it looks like Peterson's in full control here.
He certainly looks.
And Yonke gets the bat on the ball, gets one through the left side of the infield. Panthers have their first base hit, first base runner.
Yeah, with Josh, as you mentioned before, plenty of experience this season. Been a starter for Legacy for several years, and he's got plenty of baseball coming up yet in his career as well. He'll be playing this summer for the All-Star Metro North team, and then once the fall rolls around and he's off to college, he'll also be playing baseball at Augustana Division II school.
That's outstanding.
So here's Casey Peterson for the Panthers, number 5 hitter, shortstop, with a 1-ball count. Two-ball count.
Casey's had a great end of the season. He's been probably the leading hitter all season, but in the section and in the state tournament, he's come up with some really clutch hits and a couple of home runs as well. Uh-oh.
Oh! So the pickoff play on first from the catcher, Mackey, to Neeson, sails over Neeson's head out into right field, allows Yonke to both dive back to the base and make the run to second.
Exactly. He would have been out at first, a good throw.
He would have been out at first. That was a good effort, a good decision by Mackey. Just missed the throw a little bit over Neeson's head. Yonke advances on a throwing error. So 2 balls and 1 strike here to Peterson. Now got a runner in scoring position. First runner in scoring position for our game today. See if Peterson can convert something here. Fouls one down the right field line.
one of those you just shake them off and hope that that's the one and only one of the game, and look forward, be positive from here, and trust your players on the field.
So the Lions have gotten to this game today with a couple of fielding errors, not too many. The reason that that's remarkable is that the Parkers Prairie has got to this point with 0 fielding errors, played clean. And that's rare against very good competition, very high stakes games. And the errors from the Lions are not at all noteworthy. They're just their normal course of the game. So Peterson walks. We got 2 base runners here now for Matt Furley, third baseman, coming up for the Panthers. No outs, 2 on.
I'm sure Legacy's not overly concerned. That's probably even a smart base on balls with such a good hitter, and now you bring the force play into account.
Oh, and there's a sac bunt. Oh, nicely played. Put that bunt down the third base line in the perfect position. Peterson goes for it. Enough speed on the case of Farley that even if Peterson could get to that ball in time, that would have been a very hard play. So we got bases loaded. We got infield in. No outs here for Coach Derek Denny and his Parkers Prairie Panthers. Here's your DH, Zach Gappa. Just slices one down the first base line into the seats.
Well, he placed that bunt just in the right spot. And
He
the
really did.
Third baseman was holding to make the play at third and made a tough play for the pitcher.
And that was a first pitch bunt also. He didn't get a chance to look at anything. It was his first at bat. There's a swing and a miss to Gappa. 0-2 here. Bases loaded.
Big opportunity for the Panthers.
Big opportunity. Bases loaded, no outs. Top of the second. Low, ball 1. So you sense that the energy level of the Panthers is just taking a step up here with bases loaded, no outs.
Nice pitch.
Off speed, caught him looking. Very nice pitch. So 1 down now to the Panthers. Right fielder Austin Kep steps in. So now with 1 out, you got the fielders in at the corners, normal depth in the center. He shows bunt, pulls back, ball 1.
Coach Denny is not afraid of just taking 1 run at a time, maybe a suicide squeeze, even a safety squeeze here because you only have 1 out just to get a run on the board. I wouldn't be surprised.
Would he squeeze with Yonke on first as he got the speed to...
Travis is a good base runner. He gets a good lead, and he's got decent speed for his size. Definitely could score.
1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Bases loaded here.
But, of course, the Legacy might be looking for that play as well.
Sure.
Nice pitch.
Nice pitch. Just caught the lower outside corner. Kep thought that was strike 3, was wandering away there a little bit. Comes back, he gets another chance.
Get
1
another
ball.
chance, Hunter. Yeah, it's
1
Hunter.
ball. 2-2. There's a collective gasp at that call there.
That was a close pitch. It looked
in that outside region that we've seen some called strikes. 2-2, 1 out now. Time called. Peterson's been very effective with that off-speed pitch, Chris.
Very much so. Good to see that from him, and see how he uses that to his advantage throughout the game today.
Just misses inside there with an off-speed pitch. Full count, bases loaded, 1 out here. Peterson throwing to Austin Kep. Fly ball, foul, down the right side.
Lots of souvenirs going out there today.
Oh, correction, I said Kep. This is Hunter McDaniel, second baseman.
That's right. Huge situation here. Let's see what he can do.
RBI walk. So the Panthers draw first blood here.
Josh has certainly dug himself out of some situations throughout the season. Certainly hope that this can be another opportunity for him like that right here.
So-
He's out of the second.
So 2 hits and 2 walks here for the Panthers. Put the first run on the board in this game. So here's left fielder Harley Samuelson. Correction, that would be Harry Samuelson.
Absolutely.
Can't read my own writing. Sorry, Mrs. Samuelson. 1 strike count to Samuelson.
Harry's another senior on this club, and the one thing about Parker is they really don't have any weak or easy outs on their team, as you might suspect any team in the championship, but all the way down their lineup they have some really strong hitters.
And he's got an opportunity with 1 out. Now 2 strikes on him. Got some work to do. Peterson looking for that outside corner call. Didn't quite get it there. 1 ball and 2 strikes. We've still got the fielders in at the corners. Normal depth at second and short. Swing and a miss.
Struck him out.
Struck him out.
Yep. Looked like he got a little extra on that fastball. And that was a big out. We got 2 now.
2 down, top of the order for Devin Glebe.
Fouled it right off the catcher's mask.
Right off the mask or mitt or something, straight up in the air, falls right back down.
Ethan's done a great job at catcher this year. I've been playing that position for several years now. Good job blocking that one.
He's used to the abuse behind the
Right
plate.
off
Huh?
the mask.
It's a tough job.
Foul down the right-hand side. 0-2 now. 2 outs and a 2-ball strike to center fielder Glebe of the Panthers. Bases loaded, 1 across at this point in time. Here's the 0-2. Swing and a miss.
That's a great job limiting the damage there, getting out of the inning, only giving up 1 run. Bases loaded, nobody out.
Bases loaded, no outs. Exactly right. Shows a lot of poise and confidence in his pitches from Josh Peterson. Panthers draw first blood, get 1 across on 2 hits. No errors, 3 left on. Here's another look. He was frustrated. He saw a pitch he liked. He just missed it there, unfortunately. So we've got a 1-0 game now. Parker's Prairie leading Legacy Christian Academy as we go to the bottom of the second. Okay, Legacy Christian Academy Lions get their chance in the bottom of the second now. They send up Lucas Nelson, center fielder, to lead off.
Lucas also fulfilling several pitching duties throughout the season. Number 2 pitcher on our team this year.
Cleanup hitter, no, number 5 hitter, sorry. Starts with 2-ball count. So Rod Arnold had a little extra rest there in the second before he comes back while they were hitting.
Well, and getting the 1 run gives him a little bit of a boost, but you can see maybe he's struggling a little bit finding the strike zone with his first batter.
There's called strike 1. 3-1 now to Lucas Nelson.
Mentioned Josh Peterson a couple minutes ago playing for Augustana later this year. Lucas Nelson, one of 4 Lions, playing for Dortz down in northwestern Iowa next year. Make sure to give the other 3 players a shout out when they get their at-bats.
So Nelson's got a 400 season batting average and an ERA under 1.
Fantastic all around, both the pitching and the hitting. Yep.
And with stats like that, you know he's got a future at this game.
You got it.
He'll play at the next level.
Very much so.
So 3-2 now the count. high ball lifted down the left side. Could be trouble here. Very nice play. Casey Peterson, shortstop, just took the lead there. That ball was right on the line, about maybe 50 feet past third base. You got Samuelson, Peterson, and Furley closing in on it. Peterson says, my ball, makes the first out.
You love to get that first out as a pitcher.
And a hard one like that as well, not an easy one. So here's Jarvie Hill, second baseman for the Lions. Takes strike one.
Jarvie's the only junior starter on this year's team, and younger brother of Coach Adam Hill, one of several younger brothers.
1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out now. Strokes that ball right over McDaniel's head into right field. Base hit for Hill.
No doubt about that one.
Their second hit of the game. No, got some clean wood on it, got some clean aluminum on it, I guess we would say. You hear the nice ping, not the ping that hurts, you know?
Yeah.
So here's Caleb Darling, left fielder for Legacy, stepping into the box. 1 out, 1 on. Called strike 1.
Caleb Darling trying to finish the year strong. He's had some up moments, had some down moments, like is pretty typical in baseball, and had some very timely hits throughout the tournaments, however.
Soft infield grounder. Going to be, oh! Peterson was hurrying. He knew he didn't have a lot of time there. He tried to grab that ball on the full run there. Couldn't quite get there in time.
With the runner stealing, his only play was at first, and yeah, he was rushed it a little bit. Just tipped off the end of his glove.
Ruled E6. So that brings up Lions first baseman Josh Neeson. 1 out, 2 on. So the Lions have their first runner in scoring position and their first opportunity here.
Yeah, Josh, one of several seniors on the team this year. Another one of the 8 or so that will be playing at the college level. In this case, playing at the University of Northwestern, but the Iowa college, not the one down in St. Paul.
Oh, there's a long ball to center field. Levy circles under it. Hill tags and advances to third. So 2 outs now for the Lions, first and third.
Well hit ball, gets him over to third, but we do have 2 outs, so the Panthers still in a position to get out of this without too much damage.
Tyler Martinson, right fielder, now steps in with a tying run 90 feet away and 2 outs.
Got Tyler's second year at Legacy, transferred in from another school a couple years ago as a junior.
Timeout called on the field. So this match, guys, is this matchup of teams is dominant pitching on both sides and great hitting on both sides. 300, 400, 500 hitters, and you just wonder what's going to make the difference here. You know, you can't see anything on paper before the game that would seem to be an advantage.
Agreed.
Something's got to give. You know, it'll come down to a couple kids coming up with the big hit.
There's a little bloop right to Hunter McDaniel. No harm done. Arnold gets out of that. No runs, 1 hit, 1 error, 1 left on. After 2, we've got Parker's Prairie Panthers 1, Legacy Christian Academy Lions 0. right, here we are, top of the third. We're so glad to have you with us today on the Prep 45 and Grand Stadium TV's global coverage of the Minnesota State High School Baseball Tournament, the 2017 version. This is the Class A championship game playing here at Target Field on a beautiful Monday morning. I'm Greg Lincoln here with Rod Helling and Chris Davis, and we're just enjoying a spectacular morning here of high school baseball. Parker Prairie Panthers lead 1-0 here in the top of the third. Pitcher Levi Arnold, the number 2 hitter for the Panthers, leading off, and he's quickly 0-2. Goes down swinging. 1 out for the Lions.
You know, against a really good pitcher, you're kind of at their mercy when you get 2 strikes on you, and he chased the pitch, a pitcher's pitch.
Yep.
And went down swinging.
From our vantage, looked high and outside, went after it, probably had to, was close enough. Catcher Andrew Johnson for the Panthers here. Grounded out his first time up.
Andrews had just a terrific state tournament. Special kid, senior, leader, and leading the team in batting average.
And he strokes one to the outfield. Long run. Ball falls in. Long run for Lucas Nelson to his left. Couldn't quite get there in time. Panthers put up a base runner here in the third.
Andrew is selected to be on the Minnesota State All-Star team as well, which is pretty special for him, and he'll go on to play college baseball also.
Here's Travis Yonke, singled his first time up. 1 out, 1 on. Takes ball 1.
And you remember Travis had a base hit last time up, so we'll see if they can recreate a little rally again.
Keep some of that hitting momentum going. Ooh, and he strokes a big one to center field. Nelson with a long run back. That ball gets to the wall. Yonke's going to go for 3. Johnson will score from first. Yonke with a triple.
And you asked if he could run a little bit.
He ran. He ran.
And Travis showing a lot of emotion at third base. This kid is wired that way. He's a big-time football player. Their team went to the section finals in football. He's got that mentality, and it just so happens he can play a little baseball too.
More than a little baseball, it seems. So Casey Peterson, shortstop now. That'll be foul down the left field line, strike 1.
2 hits just out of reach for Nelson both times.
Yeah.
Almost ran him down.
Well hit balls, 1 to his left, just a couple of strides. He was fooled slightly on that ball off of Yonke's bat. Took a step, hesitated, went back fast, went back hard, almost got to it, but that was a beautifully hit ball from Yonke.
Definitely playing on a larger field than what they're used to. Probably contributed to that a little bit. Get your bearings straight a little bit out there in the outfield.
And you're looking at stands, you're looking at stadium, which you don't normally get to do.
Correct.
It's just a different environment. Infield in on the grass with 1 out and a man on third. So this called strike 3 to Peterson.
That's a big strikeout with getting Casey Peterson out there, but still they have 2 more outs to try to get in this runner. I'm sorry, it's 2 outs. So
it is 2 out, 1 more out. Matt Furley up. Furley singled his first time up. He fouls the first pitch back to the screen.
I just have a feeling every inning is going to be like a little challenge and rally by each team trying to fight back. It just feels like that.
It sure seems like it. Furley shows bunt, pulls back, takes ball 1. 1-1 now, 2 outs. Runner on third for the Panthers. Two and two now. Sorry, 1-2 now.
Josh certainly starting to seem to find that zone a little bit more consistently as we get into the third inning here.
Uh-oh.
It's up from pass ball.
Pass ball. Got him for strike 3. Oh.
Smart play.
Well, they were fortunate to get a nice bounce off the backstop.
Sure did, yeah.
And Travis may have hesitated at coming off third a little bit, but You know, you can't predict how the ball's going to bounce off the
Here's the
backstop.
replay. Let's see what we can see from his break there.
Yeah,
Great play.
Yeah,
Great
terrific tag.
play by Peterson.
Pitcher got there.
He got there. The ball off the backstop bounced favorably for the Lions.
But 9 times out of 10, the runner would score on that play.
Easily. So for the Panthers in the top of the third, 1 run, 2 hits, no errors, none left on. They now lead by 2. We'll take a quick break here. Here we are, bottom of the third. Legacy Christian Academy Lions come up. They're 2 runs in the hole here to Parker's Prairie. They've got a runner on first base. Josh Peterson single to center. He's going. Got a nice jump. Oh, and the Panthers got him. Andrew Johnson popped up. That was a low outside pitch. He had to make an effort to get that ball. He jumped and fired. Casey Peterson makes the tag, grabs the ball just a little bit left of second base, and gets it in time. Nice play. He had a great jump there too.
Absolutely, it looked like it was a stolen base, and the great catch by Casey and come over and make the tag. But even Andrew made a great catch to get released. Absolutely, terrific play.
Great defensive effort there.
As we like to say in this game of baseball, it's the little things.
Yeah.
And 2 little things from 2 players on that play made that out.
You kind of pick each other up, you know.
So this is Nils Anderson at the plate. Now 3 balls and 2 strikes. And 1 out.
Make sure we give a shout out this morning to Nils. Has a brother watching in Colorado, so hope you're enjoying the game, Luke, from across the nation there.
Glad to have you here, Luke. Swing and a miss. Strike 3.
Just like that, 2 outs.
Brings up Ethan Mackey for the Lions. Singled his first time up. So the Legacy Lions trying to find a way to get some base runners on here, respond to the 2 runs that Parker's Prairie put up in each of the last 2 innings. The 1 run they put up in each of the last 2 innings. There's an off-speed pitch that Mackey just strokes to left, right into the mid of Harry Samuelson. Quick 1-2-3 inning for the Panthers. So at the end of 3, we got Parker's Prairie 2, Legacy Christian Academy, nothing. right, we've got 3 innings in the books, top of the 4th coming up here. It's a great game so far. Those of you watching at home, we're so glad you've tuned in to our coverage here. We'd encourage you later today or down the road, come to Target Field and see this Championship Monday firsthand. You know how beautiful this building is, how beautiful this ballpark is a place to play. You put high school championship baseball on the field, 16, 17, maybe an 18-year-old, and it's just spectacular. We've got the kids' photos on the big Jumbotron scoreboard. We've got cameras in the dugouts. These teenagers are getting a full Major League Baseball experience today, as are we, and we're so fortunate to be here with you. So Matt Furley drives one to the gap and left as a leadoff hitter. He's going to have a stand-up double here to lead off the 4th. His 2nd hit of the game.
Parker's trying to hold on to this spark and momentum that they've had. Adding a run every inning has kind of been their mode of operation, but what a great way to start off the inning. You mentioned this experience. We got to thank the Twins and the Minnesota State High School League for allowing and making this happen. I mean, what a great thing for these kids and the fans to experience.
We've got to thank the baseball gods also who brought us good weather today, because if we were rained out today, we'd not play here. The backup plan was CHS Field tomorrow.
Oh, yeah.
So
perfect
we squeezed this in between the Major League Baseball schedule, and
right.
The weather cooperated, allowing us to do this. So here's Zach Gappa, struck out his first time up. Deep into the hole at short.
Zach didn't have a great swing on that, but he hit it in the hole. Tough play for the shortstop. He's able to beat it out.
Nils Anderson makes a long run to his right. He's able to stop it, but not able to get up and fire to first. So,
Great job keeping it in his glove, not letting it get into left field over there.
So no outs and 2 hits to lead off the 4th here. And here comes Coach Hill to talk to his pitcher, Josh Peterson, talk to his infield. So, Chris, put your coaching hat on here. You walk out to your pitcher, you're down by 2 runs, you got 2 runners on, no outs here. What do you say?
If I were there, I'd say we got plenty of time left in this game. Keep pitching good pitches, keep making great plays in the infield, keep chasing down those balls, and just keep making plays. You know, Coach Hill's got a couple of years of coaching experience here at Legacy. He had some baseball coaching experience before that as well, with Josh's experience as well. I think he can get calmed down, get back in the zone pretty quickly here.
He's shown in the other innings has been able to make pitches and battle out of it. So let's see how this inning goes.
Here's Hunter McDaniel for the Panthers. No out, 2 on. So this is the Parker Prairie Panthers in a repeat performance in the Class A championship game. They played so beautifully last year. I was pleased to be part of that. Rod was here with me in that game. And they lost in extras to Springfield in a real heartbreaker.
A terrific team in Springfield.
Oop, there's a bunt from McDaniel.
Whoa!
Oh! Runner's safe, run scores. That's going to be 2 run scores on the throwing error to first.
It's possible those nerves might not have calmed down quite as much as what we thought, the way it looks.
Perhaps.
At this point in the game.
That's unfortunate.
It was a routine play and just a bad throw to first and allowed all the runners to score. You saw the first baseman try to come across and make a catch, but he just couldn't get it.
Beautiful bunt. It only went 10 feet, and he got 2 bases out of it.
Right. Yep. He threw it down the line, and the first baseman couldn't make the play.
So Harry Samuelson up here. Struck out looking first time up. No outs, runner on second. Inside for ball 2. Mackey's going to take a moment, resettle the Lions, have a brief conversation with Peterson.
These two have been playing together for a long time. Also,
Panthers' third base coach comes down for a little strategery with Samuelson here during the break.
And I know Legacy was in the state tournament last year as well, so their experience, they've been in this situation. But I think Parker's being in the championship game last year and playing right down to the wire has to give them, a little bit of extra confidence for these kind of situations.
Sure does.
Popped up right over the plate.
That's
Peterson
a big
calls
out.
for the ball right on the third line. That is a big out, is right. So top of the order for Devin Glebe here. 1 out, 1 on.
Legacy finishing as the Class A consolation champions last year. Defeated Lewiston Tour, if I remember correctly, 6-2 win for their last game last season.
Legacy Christian comes in as the Section 4A champion. Facing the Parker's Prairie Panthers, come in as the repeat 6A champion. Parker's Prairie now with a 4-run lead in the top of the fourth. Glebe has no balls, 1 strike, 1 on, 1 out. Swing and a miss on the Heat. Strike 2.
And while our record is stellar, we had to battle through the section tournament. We came through the losers bracket to win it, so we really kind of earned it, and it wasn't easy. A lot of respect to the teams in our section. Brandon Evansville beat us in our first game in the section, and we had to come back through the losers bracket.
Legacy came away, just to follow up with that, came away with the #1 seed throughout the tournament, ended up losing their first game in the section championship against one of our conference rivals. Came back with a 14-2 win for the second victory in the section tournament to get to the state tournament.
There's a ball stroked to center.
So they had to play an extra game in the
We
championship.
did.
Yeah.
Yep.
Nils Anderson goes back and gets that. There's another big out.
Yep. 2 outs.
Great facility up there at the University of Northwestern. The artificial turf fields up there, and their fantastic job that they've done with the fields and facility up there in St. Paul.
Here's Panthers pitcher Levi Arnold trying to help his own cause. Runner in scoring positions, 2 outs. 4-run lead for the Panthers. Attempts bunt. Misses, strike 1.
And Levi likes to kind of use that surprise bunt on occasion, and he tried it there but just missed. Nice stop by the catcher.
Nice stop by Mackey there. Ball gets away, but no harm done. Runner cannot advance.
It's great when you have a catcher who can capture those balls, not allow any runners to advance or unnecessary moves on the field there.
Here's the 1-1 pitch.
That's big.
Stroke to the right side of the infield. That ball's going to get through. That's going to score a run. So single for Arnold. Advances on the throw.
That's a big 2-out hit and helping his own cause, of course. But he really went with that pitch. It looked like a good pitch. He went to right field with it, which you want to do, and just able to score the run.
Looked like Jarvie Hill, the Lions second baseman, was shading toward the bag a little bit, hold the runner. And Arnold was able to put that ball just to his left, just out of reach.
I think you're right, because the pitch before, they were worried about him stealing, so they were keeping a close eye on him, and he was leaning towards second base.
And even now you can see the...
Absolutely. And he's making the right play. That's the second baseman's job.
Yep.
But you don't expect a right-handed hitter to go to the right field. So.
And often you see that second baseman bolting
Getting back
into position, and Jarvie.
And he's trying. He's absolutely
He is.
trying to. Yeah.
That ball was hit too hard in just the right place that he couldn't get back to. So
That's good hitting.
1 balls and no strikes to catcher Andrew Johnson here. 3 across for the Panthers in this inning.
I got to mention Andrew was our starting pitcher in the semifinal game of the state tournament against Red Rock Walnut Grove. Pitched a complete game after giving up 2 runs early, still finished the game, a complete game win, but also hit a 2-run homer in the game. So just an outstanding game for a senior, and to get us to back to the championship game.
Lucky keeps it in front of him again.
He did. That was a ball on the inside of the plate. Gets his body in front of it, rolls away, no harm done. He goes outside, misses there too. 3 balls and no strikes here Runner at second, 2 outs.
We mentioned earlier offline that the pitch counts were fine, but now the pitch count might be adding up for Legacy.
Pitch number 72, the way it looks.
Oh yeah, they are tracking it out there.
These kids, these teenagers get the full major league treatment here.
They do.
Pitch count, which is a Minnesota State High School League new rule this season, as well as cameras and scoreboards and announcers and global broadcasts, all kinds of great things. Here's Travis Yankee, 2 on, 2 out for the Panthers. Off-speed floater high, ball 1. Yankee stroked a beautiful triple to the wall last inning. One ball, 1 strike. So one of the other great treats about being here at Target Field for any of these games is there aren't 30,000 people in this ballpark. You come, you pay your $10, you can sit in the soft, cushy seats in row 3 and see your kids, see your brother, see your grandson play a fantastic game of baseball, and it's just a fantastic setting. So for the kids in the dugout and on the field, it's a great experience, and for the fans and the families, it's a great experience as well.
Had a chance to talk to a couple of players before. Wait for that to play out. There we go.
Hot ball hit from Yankee to Furley at third. He hesitates, stares at the runner, gets the easy force out at third base.
Just mentioning just before the play there, had a chance to talk to several of the players this morning before coming up here to the booth, and a lot of best day of my life kind of comments coming out of both sides, I'm sure. Very memorable experience for them this morning at Target Field.
So 3 runs on 2 hits, 1 Lions error that scored 2 runs, and 2 left on as we go to the bottom of the 4th.
My agent was supposed to have negotiated that with you.
All right, we're back here at the bottom of the 4th of the Class A State Championship Minnesota State High School League 2017. Class A, Parker's Prairie Panthers against the Legacy Christian Academy Lions. Leadoff hit off the bat of Logan Piero, third baseman for the Lions. There's a good start.
Logan's another one of our senior players at Legacy. Just had older brother, older sister graduate from Legacy. By the way, real quick note on there too for those listeners out there who might not be familiar with the Legacy name. Legacy became Meadow Creek in the 2009-2010 school year. So if you've heard Meadow Creek Christian Academy, one in the same as the current Legacy Christian Academy.
So we got Lucas Nelson, center fielder, up with now a 1 ball, 1 strike count. So Piero wasted no time in his first at bat. I think that was 2 pitches, and he strokes a ball to the outfield.
See if we can get Lucas to do something with that here.
So guys, one of the great things about high school sports, certainly more evident in Class A in the smaller schools, is these kids get to play multiple sports.
Sure do.
We're looking at the Parker's Prairie enrollment of 141 students, 9 to 12. And Legacy Christian just a hair more, 178 students. They're fielding lots of teams and lots of seasons, and so these kids get to play multiple sports.
Well, You know, Lucas, for one, just advancing on the walk here. Lucas, three-sport athlete, has played soccer now. I think he's only done that for the last couple years, but soccer in the fall. Great basketball player for our winter sport season. Had a privilege to announce many of their games, and then now here in the spring with baseball. So three-sport athlete there at first base at the moment.
So we've got a trip to the mound here by Coach Denny, Derek Denny of the Panthers. Brings his infield in. What do you think the message is there, Rod?
I think he's just want to take a second to calm things down. He hasn't thrown too many pitches. Levi is definitely our guy, so they're not going to think about a change right now. But we definitely need to make some plays and get some outs for him here.
So 2 on, no outs in bottom of the 4th here. Jarvie Hill shows bunt, pulls back. Ooh, near pickoff play. Great instinct there from Andrew Johnson. And Hunter McDaniel read that also. Tried to pick Piero off second base. Very close play. So 0-1 to Hill. Through the right side, little hit and run. They're going to hold the runner. That ball was softly hit through the right side. Not hot enough to let Piero score. Bases loaded, no outs here for the Lions in the bottom of the 4th.
Real quick note with Jarvie Hill, too. Speaking of our three-sport athletes, played soccer for the first time this past fall. Will be one of the captains of the team next year. Stepped up very quickly in that role. Hockey is what he plays in the winter, and then, of course, here baseball in the spring.
So here's Caleb Darling, left fielder.
But what you mentioned, Greg, is true. Parker's Prairie kids, they play on the same teams year-round. Football team, basketball team, you know. So they really become close, and they really get to know each other, and they become like a family in these small towns.
Very much so.
And now they're all seniors, so they've been together for many years. So it's really special, and that's what this is really about, is kind of capping off their senior years and finishing in a grand style today.
0-2 count to Darling here. Outside, 1 ball and 2 strikes. So we talk about their seniors. School's over. They've graduated.
They're done, yeah.
They're started summer job. This is their last event as a high schooler, right here today, and their high school career ends at Target Field in a championship baseball game under a beautiful sunny summer, cool morning. Lifts it to the right side. Looks like McDaniel taking that ball right on the foul line. 1 out. Big out for the Panthers.
Absolutely.
Several players on social media over the last couple days mentioning their last game being here at Target Field, and what a memory that will be for them. No better way to go out and finish up a very good high school career for many of these players.
That's funny. They're posting the memory before it was a memory, before they
got
here.
You got it. Today's the day.
Their
social
kids.
media.
Their kids.
Social media.
Josh Neeson, first baseman at the plate, fouls his first pitch back to the screen. Off-speed pitch, gets a piece of it. He's quickly 0-2. Bases loaded, 1 out here. Legacy Christian Academy Lions looking to break through here. They're trail by 5. Foul back again by Neeson. And they've got a great opportunity here. Bases loaded, 1 out.
Oh, this would get them right back in the ball game.
Sure would.
There's a soft one back. Nice double play. Textbook double play by the Panthers. Soft grounder back to Arnold. Easy throw to Andrew Johnson, who then for the force at home, who then turns and fires to Travis Yankee for a beautiful textbook double play of force outs there. Well done, gentlemen.
Pitcher's best friend.
It's the replay on that one. Force at home, first at first. Talking about Josh Neeson here a moment ago, too. I believe we're still live here. Great student in the classroom. Have the privilege of teaching him the last couple years in the Minnesota State High School League in their AAA program, doing a great job of recognizing the student athletes, those who are participating in not only athletics but excelling academically in the classroom, but also in the arts, the 3rd A of the AAA. had a unique privilege as a teacher this year to write his letter of recommendation, and had the chance in my own high school career during my senior year to be our school selection as well. So now being in a different seat and writing that letter of recommendation for him, a great privilege as a teacher to recognize him for what he's contributed to legacy over the past couple years, academics, arts, and athletics.
And what a great insight for a kid, for a teacher,
Sure.
for a community. So,
and to top it off, his mom is a teacher at the school, teaching 4th grade, and
wow.
I believe 2 siblings as well, graduating from either Meadow Creek or Legacy over the years.
So, what is the trip, Chris, meant to the? What is the trip to the finals meant to the school and to the community?
Oh, it's been phenomenal. Just a great response. We've had really, really good audience turnout, again, throughout the section and tournament play. A couple of those games probably outnumbering the opponents in terms of fans, probably 3 or 4 to 1. They have been following them closely. A lot of those games are nice, easy trips from up in Andover, where we're located, whether it's to St. Paul or down to Jordan the last couple days. Nice, easy trip for them, and great way to show the support his family and his teachers and just a school community.
So, top of the 5th here, Parker's Prairie Panthers lead 5-0. Panthers shortstop Casey Peterson takes strike 1 to lead off the 5th. And now 1-1. Chris Peterson looks strong here. You don't see anything suffering.
Does.
He's at 78 pitches at this point in time. In
Still
the 5th inning.
Oh,
And there's a ball through the left side.
still seems to be throwing just as hard and pretty much as accurately right now in the top of the 5th as he was at the beginning of the game. Hopefully we can get our fielders on board on that as well, help him out a little bit since he's doing a great job on the mound for us.
Leadoff single for Peterson. Brings up third baseman Matt Furley for the Panthers. Time called.
I mean, the pitcher's really battling, but Parker's is relentless, getting guys on base every inning just about and trying to tack on some more runs.
Adding a walk here and there.
Exactly.
Oh, there's an eye-high bunt. You don't see many of those. Nice sack bunt from Furley. Let's see if we can get another look at that. You don't see hitters go after eye-high bunts often, let alone put them down successfully as he did.
Tough pitch to bunt for sure.
Absolutely. To get that ball at the eyes down on the ground is nothing easy.
Usually pop those up or miss it.
1 out. Here's Zach Gappa. DH. Grounder to short, holds the runner, fires across. Runner goes. Oh! And that ball sailed. Josh Neeson, that ball sailed, and that's going to allow the run to score.
Well, I mentioned the hits that Parker's has had, but of course last inning that 2-run error contributed greatly, and now we have another error. Unfortunately, really another easy out at third. I think they had a great play to get him and just overthrew the ball.
Great base running by Peterson. He saw that long throw across, and he advanced from second to third. He held, then advanced, and that ball from Neeson just sailed, unfortunately. So here's Hunter McDaniel for the Panthers.
So it was interesting to see, too, going back to the bunt from a few plays ago. Definitely a much more used play in the high school level. Great to see that when they can pull those off successfully. Don't see that much at the pro level, at least not to the same degree.
So McDaniel with a quick 0-2 count. 2 outs, nobody on. 1 across so far here for the Panthers.
You know, another unique thing about small towns in Parker's Prairie, actually, we're really fortunate. Our boys play summer ball, and it's like the same group of kids, and we're extremely lucky to have the same coaches that coach through the summer.
Yep.
So we have a varsity high school coach that then also coaches the same kids through the summer. And they get that great coaching, and the kids stay together.
It's a great way to do it.
McDaniel gets called strike 3 to end the inning. But for the Panthers, 1 across on 1 hit. A fielding error from the Lions. None left on. 6-0 Parker's Prairie after 5.5. After 4.5, excuse me. So here we are, Class A Baseball Championship 2017 at Target Field. I'm Greg Lincoln here with Rod Helling and Chris Davis, and we're bringing you a fantastic championship baseball game. All right, and we're back. Class A 2017 High School Baseball Championship. So Tyler Martinson quickly goes down on strikes. Top of the order, Josh Peterson, with one out. Ball one to Peterson.
Be back at the top of the order here.
And he strokes a base hit into center field, helping his own cause, his second hit of the day. Peterson's done his job today, Chris. Panthers have found some good hits there.
He has.
And the field behind him has hurt him a little bit.
Yep. And that's one of those things I'm sure they're talking about that in the dugout between innings. If we get those relatively easy plays made, that'll be a game changer here as we finish up these final few innings this morning.
So 6 innings on the 6 runs on the board for the Panthers of Parker's Prairie. By my measure, 2 of those are earned runs. 3 of those are scored on errors.
Like you see, it certainly had its share of come from behind wins and clutch plays throughout the season. Hoping for that certainly today from a Legacy Lion point of view.
This is Nils Anderson, shortstop at the plate, struck out twice. Now with a 3-ball and no strike count. 1 out, 1 on. And he gets a free pass.
Well, they're right back into a rally opportunity here with the heart of the order and 2 guys on base.
Ethan Mackey coming up to plate here. See if we can get a hit, get some runs on the board here for Legacy.
So 2 on. A lot of eyes looking to the outfield wall here for both teams. Going to bring a warmed up Lions pitcher into the dugout here, which is between batters. So while we've got a moment, Class A Championship 2017 baseball, Parker's Prairie Panthers facing the Legacy Christian Academy Lions. Parker's Prairie leads 6-0 at this point in time. We are the bottom of the 4th inning. Legacy Lions at the plate. 1 out, 2 on. Number 3 hitter, catcher Ethan Mackey at the plate.
Mackey's got a great chance here. So you've got 2 runners on base with just 1 out.
Correction, 4.5 complete. We're in the bottom of the 5th here.
Well, and I saw Legacy in the semifinal rally and come back to win, so I know they're not going to give up.
Yeah, 2 outs, top of the 7th as the visiting team on the scoreboard that day. Have to see if I can track down the game recap on that one.
There were a couple of late rallies in recent games for Legacy. There's a long ball to right field. Oh, that falls in fair.
Fair ball.
Ground rule double. Yep. 1 hop.
Austin Kep had a long way to go. Just couldn't quite get there. Made a great effort, but it bounced fair.
It bounced fair by feet and jumps into the stands. So
Josh Peterson scoring the first run. Get Legacy on the board. Walks across home plate on the ground rule double.
There's a break for them. Let's see if Parker's can overcome this and try to snuff out the rally.
Nice break for the Lions. So still 1 out. Runners on 2nd and 3rd. Brings up Logan Piero, 3rd baseman, who just strokes the ball on the first pitch to center field. 3rd base runner's going to tag and score. So there's 2 for the Lions.
Right. Definitely a fast runner in third that made it relatively close play, but he scored easily.
Nils Anderson scoring the second Lions run of the 5th. So it's 6-2 now, 2 outs.
Oh, they called time. Panthers definitely would like to get out of this inning right now. 2 runs is some damage, but I think they'd be happy to get out of the inning right now.
2 outs, the third, 2 runs scored, 2 outs. There's a ball to the left side. Oh, gets through
third.
Peterson's mitt. 3rd run scored.
Speaking of rallies, looks like we've got a great one going here.
We do.
We just talked about it.
You know, I didn't like seeing us score on errors, and I certainly don't like to see other teams score on errors, but it happens. It's part of the game.
Nelson reaches on an error.
Yeah, that clutch play, top of the 7th there in the, I believe it was the state semifinal there against Wabasha Kellogg. Started off with the walk, followed by a double, an error, a bunt, a single, and a wild pitch to score those 2 runs at the top of the 7th that ultimately led Legacy to the victory in that game over Wabasha Kellogg. Quite the series of events to witness. You know, my heartbeat was racing while it was all going on. I can't imagine how it would be for the parents and the players,
and
coaches.
You didn't even have a headset on
exactly,
that day, right?
Right. Yep.
So we've got just a brief stoppage of play here as a couple of the Lions players come in from the center field bullpen. That gives the Parker's Prairie a chance for the infielders to meet and say, let's get control here, boys. We're still leading by 3. So 2 out, 3 runs across for the Lions. Second baseman Jarvie Hill comes to the plate with 1 on. Ground ball right side, nicely played by Hunter McDaniel. Easy throw to Yankee for the 3rd out. So the Lions break through, find a way to get something off of Levi Arnold finally. 3 runs on 2 hits. 1 Panthers error, 1 left on. 6-3 Panthers after 5 complete. Stay in his. All right, we're back. Last 2 innings of the state championship Class A baseball game. Parker Prairie Panthers, Legacy Christian Academy Lions. Lions make a pitching change and a defensive change here going into the 6th. 3rd baseman Logan Piero takes to the mound here to rest Josh Peterson's starting pitcher. And Nick Liebold comes off the bench and takes the 3rd base spot for him. Harry Samuelson leading off the bottom of the 6th.
The Panthers do have a relief pitcher warming up in Matt Furley. Be interesting to see if he comes out for the next inning.
And then just to complete the defensive changes, looks like pitcher Josh Peterson has moved over to left field on the switch of the innings there. if I can see the numbers correctly. Sure looks like it.
We can verify that.
Sure.
The next at bat.
Logan Piero serving as our primary relief pitcher along with Tyler Martinson. I don't know if he'll get any throws in today, but Logan's had some great finishes to the games, keep us in the games, and some of those clutch plays at the end of the games to keep us advancing through the tournament.
Harry Samuelson at the plate. Now with a 2-ball, 2-strike count against Logan Piero.
Logan works real quickly and
He
throws
does.
hard.
Called strike 3 on Samuelson. Top of the order, Devin Glebe, center fielder, with 1 out in the 6th.
Completing the family connections with legacy as well. Logan's got his mother doesn't teach at the school, but is part of our administrative team, and had an older sister graduate from legacy a couple years ago. She's actually doing some mission work in Haiti, home for the summer. I saw her here earlier this morning. Haven't tracked her down in the stands yet.
She fly back in for the game? Is that?
No, I think she's back for that would be great. Great story to tell. No, she's been back for a couple weeks, and we'll head back to Haiti later this fall, if I remember correctly. Older brother here as well, now that I think about it.
Glebe with a 2-ball, 1-strike count here. No on, 1 out.
Well, that's the other
Swing
great
and
thing
miss.
about these tournaments. It kind of creates some little family reunions,
It does, very much so.
And team parties for both
Yeah,
of these
sure.
squads after they get back to school later today.
Absolutely.
Great celebrations, well-earned celebrations of great seasons.
Yeah, I even got to see my son have to get a shirt and tie on for the banquet the other night, where they did a really nice job, great banquet, and
Sure.
that was fun.
So 3 balls and 2 strikes from Logan Piero to Devin Glebe. High pop-up foul back into the seats. Glebe's still alive.
Great way to end Father's Day weekend as well, coming out of the time spent with family and dads this weekend.
Just walking from the car to the ballpark here with the fans from both teams, and you could hear, "You nervous? I'm nervous. You
Right.
shouldn't be nervous. Maybe we can," you know. And they're fans. They're not playing.
Sure.
Right?
Yep.
You see the kids on both teams on the steps of the dugout leaning over just like major leaguers do.
Yep.
It's such a great celebration of baseball.
Stay as close to the action as possible.
Yep. The full padded rail and a screen in front of them, and everything they see on TV they get to experience themselves today.
Got it.
Great play there by Josh Neeson. Goes almost to the seats to get a pop foul on Glebe. 2 down.
And Matt Furley's coming in from the bullpen, jogging down the warning track, getting loosened up for possible entry into the game.
So 2 down here, 2 down here now in the top of the 6th.
Time called for the players coming in.
You know, we made a couple comments about the umpire in the first inning, but actually they've done a really nice job. And I think they have been pretty consistent throughout the game.
One thing we do notice here with Piero stepping to the mound, there's another high successful bunt off the bat of Arnold. See if we can maybe get a replay on this again. It's striking to me how a kid can bunt a ball that's at the eye successfully down where you want it.
Right. Yep. Great job getting the bunt down, but he didn't want to get it right to the pitcher.
Right.
You know, the directional was a little bit off, but still a nice play by the pitcher and a good inning for Legacy.
So we've got 5.5 complete. Parker's Prairie Panthers lead 6-3. We'll take a quick break here between innings. right, here we are, bottom of the 6th, the state championship game. Parker Prairie Panthers pitcher Levi Arnold returns to the mound. 70 pitches thrown so far. Let's make that 71. Facing left fielder Caleb Darling from the Legacy Christian Academy Lions. Darling is quickly 0-2. Misses high, 1-2 does Arnold.
Caleb getting some significant playing time also with our basketball team this past season, for the past couple years actually.
Off-speed pitch. Looked like that was about a 59-foot pitch, I think, there.
It's a crucial
Ball
inning here
two.
for Levi to get through this. He's facing the bottom of their order, which does help a little bit, but definitely still going to be a battle and a challenge. And he fouls one off to right side.
2 balls, 2 strikes. Arnold seems confident. You don't see any body language changes. You don't see any frustration. He seems in full control. Called strike 3 on that inside corner.
The big pitch, and you're right. Levi does have a lot of experience, a lot of composure, and he's a strong kid. You can see he hasn't really worn down much today.
No, he hasn't.
First baseman Josh Neeson for the Lions steps into the box. Takes ball 1. Legacy looking for a little bit of rally here as the innings start to wind down. They had some good success putting up 3 in the 5th. They still trail by 3.
Now Levi's trying to work a little bit too quick, and the batter steps out.
Part of the gamesmanship, even at high school baseball, right? Pitcher trying to set the tone with pace. Batter's saying, no, I'm controlling how fast we're moving
Absolutely.
here, right? And again, these are teenagers doing that, right?
Yeah, pretty advanced teenagers.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, there's a great ball
fly.
stroked into the gap in left. Long run for
chase it
Harry
down.
Samuelson. What a play. Full run to his left for a big out.
That looked like a gap shot
That
all the
looked
way.
like a gap shot right off the bat, right. Oh,
Hit really well. It hung up just a tiny bit, and Harry Samuelson really tracked it down well. Thought he was going to have to dive for it, but he made the catch.
on the full run, long run. So 2 down here quickly for Levi Arnold and the Panthers. This brings up Nick Liebold.
It's Nick's first at bat today. The changes made between innings.
And a play like that really picks you up as a pitcher to feel like, wow, my defense has really got my back.
When you're feeling 80 pitches on your shoulder,
Exactly.
you see a long run like that.
Yeah, just terrific.
I just
terrific
glanced
boost.
over. Samuelson was looking up at the scoreboard to try to see his, admire his work, I think, you know, as he should. As he should. You're confident he'll get the DVD of this game and it'll be cued to that play for perhaps the next few years, you know. Did I show you this one? I
Yeah, right.
As he should. He deserves to.
Absolutely. Major leaguers even look up at the big screen
Right.
once
Sure.
in a while.
So 1 ball and 2 strikes to Liebold here. 2-2 now. Nobody on, 2 outs. So Liebold stepped in with the defensive substitutions at the last inning, and he goes down on strikes.
Big inning for the Panthers to get out of that
Quick
unscathed.
inning, yep.
Quick
1,
inning
2,
for Levi, the
3
pitcher.
Yep. So we go to the 7th now with the Parker Prairie Panthers leading the Legacy Christian Academy Lions 6-3. We'll take a quick break and be back with you in a moment. And so Class A baseball for 2017 comes down to 6 final outs here.
It's been a great, exciting game. Like
It has.
we mentioned, a little surprised by the errors, but both teams have had some. And we've still got a ball game here, no question. Legacy is known for comebacks, so.
This is their time. Logan
This will be
Piero
it.
on the mound for the Lions, facing the number 3 hitter, Andrew Johnson, catcher for Parker's Prairie. Johnson takes ball 1. Two and 0 here to Johnson. And he strokes one to center field.
Grab it.
Ooh.
Looks like he did.
It looks like he did. That kind of fooled him. A little shoestring catch right at the feet of Lucas Nelson.
Yeah.
Hesitates, and he makes a great play.
The ball was kind of dropping quickly, but it was hit hard.
Looked like it
and
was-
a nice play by the center fielder.
Looked like it was knuckling there a little bit, and he just pulled the balls off his shoe tops there. So Travis Yonke, first baseman.
Travis has had a nice day today with some clutch hits. As you remember, the liner he hit over the center fielder's head.
Single and a triple, and a pop out. Got a 1-strike count here in the top of the 7th. Foul down the right side. It's kind of fun in an empty stadium to see the kids run for a foul ball. They got to run a long way.
They
It's
sure
like
do.
2
Yeah.
sections over or something like that. 2 balls and 2 strikes now to Yonke.
But they know they still have a chance to get those balls over there because there's not a lot of competition.
Correction, that's 1 ball and 2 strikes to Yonke.
Oh,
As somebody very smart once said, that's a really hard pitch to hit. that one behind the head, right?
and it's hard to duck when you're that tall.
It is. And not expecting the ball
Yeah.
on that side of the head, but this one. So now it's 2 and 2.
Oh,
Ooh, called strike 3 on that outside corner. Yonke just turns back and says, how can that be? 2 down here for the Lions. Brings up shortstop Casey Peterson. Nobody on, 2 outs.
He went, committed.
Yep.
He gets called for a strike on a 1/3 of a swing there, I think.
Didn't get his money's worth on that swing, did he?
0 and 1.
Oh,
And he strokes one
Middle.
back up the middle.
Almost.
That's going to get through.
Good time for a reminder here, too, between players and batters. Lots of baseball coming up yet today. We've got the AA tournament or championship game coming up at 1 o'clock, the AAA at 4, and the big schools, the 4A tonight at 7. Plenty of good baseball in store for us here at Target Field yet this morning and into the evening.
It is Championship Monday here on Grand Stadium TV and prep45.com.
high fly ball.
From Furley.
Got it.
And there's 1, 2, 3 for the Lions in the 7th. And they got 3 outs to find a way to make up 3 runs here. All right, we'll be back with you in a minute for the bottom of the 7th at the Class A Championship baseball game. All right, we are bottom of the 7th of the Class A state championship baseball game. Legacy Christian Academy Lions at the plate trying to find a way to manufacture 3 runs here. They're in a 1-out hole at this point in time. Josh Peterson, first batter up, strokes the ball to right field, right into the mid of the waiting Austin Kep.
And first time they've got him out today. You know, their leadoff, probably their best hitter, hit the ball well, but right at the right fielder.
Yep.
Nils Anderson, second shortstop here at the plate now with a 1-ball, 2-strike count. So the Lions trying to figure out anything they can to get a base runner on.
Expect to see plenty of swinging going on here. No surprise there from Nils swinging away here with 2 outs left at this point.
So the Lions send up their 1, 2, 3 hitters in the bottom of the 7th. They have come from behind in a couple of games recently, including to get into this game. And there he strokes one to left field again, to right field again, sorry, right into the mitt of Austin Kep. 2 line drives.
Really well hit
to
balls.
right field.
And they're going down swinging for sure.
So 2 outs in the bottom of the 7th for the Lions.
Panthers can feel it now. They're just 1 out away.
Catcher Ethan Mackey coming to the plate, trying to find a way to get on base. First pitch swinging, foul territory, and there's your ball game. The Parker's Prairie Panthers are your Class A baseball champions of 2017.
State champions.
State champions.
Phenomenal job. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Congratulations,
Great game.
Rod,
Yep.
and to the community and the school of Parker's Prairie High School.
Wow.
Phenomenal game. Great sportsmanship from both sides. Really, really great to see that here to wrap up a great season for seniors and other players on both sides.
Chris, what do you think was the difference today?
I think the difference was the errors. I know they were even on errors, 3 on each side, but I think ours came a little bit earlier in the game, came at some crucial moments. Some of those easy outs turned into some runs, and that is, in my mind, unquestionably what made the difference for Legacy this morning, unfortunately.
It's a great baseball game.
Absolutely.
They went down aggressive, and you don't often see it in baseball, but here's a great handshake.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Wish we see this in the major leagues, and we don't get to. And so, Rod, what are your closing thoughts here?
Well, I think the difference, I agree, but I think the difference for Parker's was Levi Arnold. The Legacy Lions kept trying to fight back and get their own rallies, but Levi was steady, battled through some situations, and we put together a lot of hits today. The Panthers had 9 hits, so definitely did their job in helping them score some runs. Just a terrific day for them. A little bit of a redemption for last year where they lost. So it's really special for the community and these boys to go out as seniors. 8 of the starters are seniors to go out in this fashion.
And mission accomplished from a year ago today to say we want to get back to the championship game. They did, and they won. And here's a great show of sportsmanship.
Wow,
Look at
cool.
this.
It's one of my favorite parts of the game. Gathering for Prairie there, it looks like at home plate.
Yep.
Legacy's been known to do that across their sports. It's always an option. We invite the teams to do it.
Arms around together,
Yeah.
winners
That's
and
amazing.
losers. They're all champions here. And what a fantastic display of sportsmanship and of what's important in life here. And it's not the win or the loss. It's not the gold medal or the silver medal. It's the joy of the game. It's the joy of everything we have to be thankful for. What a fantastic way to end a fantastic game here. So there's a medal ceremony coming up and an all-tournament team here in a couple of minutes. Lots more great baseball ahead on prep45.com and Grand Stadium TV. We're so glad you could join us here for this Class A championship here at Target Field. Your champions of 2017 are the Parker's Prairie Panthers. They prevailed over a really plucky team in the Legacy Christian Academy Lions that score 6-3 in the final. And we've had a fantastic season, a fantastic tournament, and for these boys, it's now summer. We're going to go to the house announcer here now for awards and for the all-tournament team. Thanks for joining us here on Prep 45 and Grand Stadium TV.
And exceptional sportsmanship. Presenting the trophies for the Wells Fargo All-Tournament team, Larry Huey, Wells Fargo branch manager, assisted by Kevin Merkel, our tournament director. From Foston, infielder Jesse Sather. Also from Foston, outfielder Brett Sundquist. Wabasha Kellogg, infielder Liam Blasco. Red Rock Central Westbrook Walnut Grove, infielder pitcher Taylor Bunting. Red Rock Central Westbrook Walnut Grove, first base Trevor Peterson. Also, Red Rock Central Westbrook Walnut Grove, outfielder pitcher Skylar Redeman. Legacy Christian, outfielder pitcher Josh Peterson. Legacy Christian, infielder, outfielder Nils Anderson. And from Legacy Christian, catcher Ethan Mackey. From Parker's Prairie, pitcher-catcher Andrew Johnson. Parker's Prairie, first baseman, outfielder Travis Yankee. And from Parker's Prairie, pitcher-catcher Levi Arnold. Wells Fargo, the Minnesota State High School League, congratulates all members of the 2017 Class A Baseball All-Tournament team. Congratulations from Wells Fargo. And now, ladies and gentlemen, to present the awards at this time from the Minnesota State High School League Board of Directors, Deb Pauley from Jordan, Betsy Anderson, Hopkins, Steve Beals from Montevideo, and Emmett Keenan from St. Cloud, also assisted again by our tournament director, Kevin Merkel. Silver medals and the second place team trophy will be awarded at this time to the Lions. Please step forward. Step forward as your name is called to accept your medal. Number 1, Jarvie Hill. 2, Luke Chaika. 3, Leo Carter, or Carter Leo, correction. 4, Nils Anderson. 5, J.J. Britton. 6, Carter Franzi. 7, Josh Peterson. 8, Tanner Freeberg. 9, Caleb Darling. 10, Josh Neeson. 11, Connor Epp. 12, Corbin Leo. 14, Lucas Nelson. 15, Ethan Mackey. 16, Justin DeMars. 17, Tyler Martinson. 18, Josh DeMars. 20, Logan Piero. 22, Nick Leibold. 22, student manager Cole Birch. 22, assistant coach Neil Vance. 22, assistant coach Ike Larson. 22, head coach Adam Hill. 22, and now, will the captains of the Lions please step forward to accept your second place trophy in Class A. Congratulations, Legacy Christian Academy Lions. They finished the season 21-5, 21-5. Gold medals, championship Class A team trophy will be awarded at this time to Parker's Prairie. Again, step forward as your name is called to receive your medal. Number 1, Austin Kapp. 2, Harry Samuelson. 3, Devin Glebe. 4, Matt Furley. 5, Brady Hoppy. 7, Hunter Hagenmiller. 8, Cody Springer. 9, Levi Arnold. 11, Hunter McDaniel. 12, Zach Gappa. 13, Noah Kapp. 14, Andrew Johnson. 15, Colton Booker. 16, Casey Peterson. 17, Matt Jurek. 18, Jake Helling. 19, Tanner Shaw. 20, Travis Yankee. 22, student manager Chad Knapp. 23, assistant coach Paul Walsh. 24, assistant coach Michael Arvidsson. And head coach Derek Denny. Also, this is the second appearance for Parker's Prairie, and they finished the season with an outstanding 26-2 record. And now will the captains of the Parker's Prairie Panthers please step forward to accept your Class A championship trophy. Congratulations to both teams. Legacy Lions, Parker's Prairie Panthers. Coming up next, the Class 2A